One day you are a beggar and then you can be a queen, such as Labinola who, of course, was not only at the top of the wheel but also learned a lot and greatly helped others. And yet, in many cases, a beggar will learn as much as a king, and in some instances he will learn much more. When you were an ascetic in the mountains, you assisted many more individuals than in most of your other lives. What counts most is not appearances, but what is behind them. When your astral body takes on another physical body, it is, quite simply, in order to learn more, and even more. As we have explained to you, it is for the sake of your higher self. It is a process of continual refinement, which can occur just as effectively in the body of a beggar as in that of a king or a miner. The physical body is but a tool. A sculptor's chisel and hammer are tools. They will never reach beauty on their own, but they contribute to it in the hands of an artist. A wonderful statue could not have been created with the artist's bare hands. You should always bear in mind this main point: an astral body, in all cases, must conform to universal law, and, by following nature as closely as possible, it can achieve the ultimate goal by the fastest path. With that, the Thauri resumed their places, and we resumed ours. During my stay in the doku, the sun had set. However, they didn't deem it necessary to explain the luminous ambience that allowed us to see at least 15 meters in distance inside the doku. My attention was still focused on the Thauri. They were looking at me with kindness, surrounded by a golden mist that became more and more dense, into which they disappeared just as they had on my first visit. This time, Thao gently placed her hand on my shoulder and asked me to follow her. She led me towards the entrance of the doku, and in an instant we were outside. It was completely dark and no light shone anywhere apart from over the entrance. I could see no more than 3 meters in front of me and wondered how we were going to find the flying platform. I then remembered that Thao could see as well by night as by day. I was curious to see evidence of this. Like a typical earthling, I sought proof. It was provided immediately. Thao lifted me up effortlessly and sat me on her shoulders, just as we on earth carry our little ones. You could stumble, she explained, as we proceeded along the path. Indeed, she seemed to know exactly where she was going, just as though it were daylight. And before long, she put me down on the seat of the lativok and sat herself next to me. I placed my mask, which I had been holding in my hand, on my knees, and almost immediately we took off.